How is dating life in Korea?
Because I have never dated anyone past 8 months.
Do you ever feel a burnout?
I get so burned out, I go home and sleep.
What type of advice would you give to a foreign or overseas Korean? Like,
Drinking would help you a lot. Always try to find networking. Oh, and be careful about...
yo, welcome to a new series on the Social Battery podcast called Seoulful Sessions, where we talk with foreigners and overseas Koreans who lived or are currently living in Korea, where they can share their, their life in Korea and what it's like. And I hope whoever's listening to this or viewing this, that you guys can learn something through our new series, Seoulful Sessions. So, who is our first guest, Kevin?
Our first guest, we got, he's a Peruvian, born Korean who lived in Peru and then moved to Korea to study in Korea University. And we actually met him at Korea University since he's our 선배, yeah.
Our superior.
Yeah, so
superior.
after graduating, he moved to Peru and he's continuing his family's business right now.
True.
And some might see him as a businessman, but he is known as someone who is outgoing and connects other people to new friends. And please welcome our first guest, Yoon Seob Ko.
Well, nice. Thank you so much. It's an honor. Really. You being our first guest. Oh, of course. It's a new step for us as well. And thank you for allowing us to step first with you, So, Yoon Seob Ko. Sorry. We're just playing around. Tell us a little bit about yourself, like where you're from, your history.
Okay, so I was born in Korea, and then after 3 months-ish, pagan, like 100 days, my whole family decided to move to Peru. When we first started in Peru, my dad was like in a Korean company. LG, it used to be Lucky Gold Star, now it's Life's Good, but anyways, he used to work there, and so my whole family moved there, and for 17 years we've been in Peru. I've been in Peru for 17 years, so I went to an international school since 1st grade to 12th grade, and now after graduating I went to Korea University, so I moved to Korea and then took my 4 years of study plus military service. And so it's a total of from 2015 to 2022, so about 7 years, right? Yeah, 7 years in Korea. And now now I'm back to Peru because my family during those 17 years started a business that has to do with importation and distribution of Korean products that are for food, like Korean products, right?
K-foods, basically.
Yeah. And so that's what we're doing in Peru. And right now, basically, I'm on a business trip. I went to what's the Pangnam?
A convention?
Convention, maybe.
Like a convention?
Some sort of convention.
But basically, I go there as a buyer, and then I see other companies that offer their products. So then, if I think there's a good item, then I say, I'm gonna import this. And, like, we give each other our business profile or our email so that we can coordinate, so that we import whatever it is. So this time, actually, sorry, I'm making it too long, I think. But this time, I was kind of impressed. Not impressed. I thought it was a good item to have, like, Coke that is Korean, but then it's 0 calories, and it has 3 different flavors. One is lime, one is peach, and one more, but I don't remember. But anyways, I thought it was a good item, so we're gonna start to import that.
So it's done now, right?
Yeah, the meeting's done. I still have a couple of other meetings to do before I leave, but yeah, I think it was a good item because not only Korea, in worldwide it's trending what it is 0-calorie sodas, right?
Awesome, man. That was a very extensive history. No, it's good though. It's like very informative, and we're gonna get back to you on your job and your importation things and your life in Korea. But before we get into that, we want to ask you about what life was like as an Asian in Peru. You know, because they're not like native Asians there, right? You know what I'm saying?
In general, now that I see it, I don't think there's a lot of racism in Peru towards Koreans. Like,
Really?
I think the Korean wave was pretty successful, and it changed how Peruvians see Koreans in general. Like when, it's not trying to diss or just, for example, if you say another Asian country, well, I'm from this country, they don't get excited. But once you say that you're Korean, then oh yeah, you're Korean. Oh okay, and like basically, I guess they get excited and they're more motivated to talk to you or something.
Do they ask you like, do you know BTS? Do you know Blackpink? Do you know Red Velvet?
Yeah, but if they, let's just say when they get to that point, then I don't really talk to them because I don't know. It's just hard to keep up with the energy.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't like when people say, "Oh, do you like kimchi?" or yeah, basically, do you like BTS? I don't know how to react to that.
So, do you think Peru was one of the countries where the Korean wave hit the most?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, because I heard there were some Peruvian Korean restaurants where they basically line up for like 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah. So.
But yeah, it's like basically, I feel like if any Korean decides to say to make a business, to make a restaurant in Peru, as long as it's like not like shit food, like I feel like if it's good, then it's gonna be a boom in Peru. So.
But there are some shit Korean restaurants there, right?
I feel like they're not shit, but they can do better.
They can do better.
Like way better.
Wait, so what type of food do they sell there? Like tteokbokki, like rice cakes?
Yeah, tteokbokki or bulgogi, 제육볶음, like everything, except I feel like Peruvians tend their their food custom. I don't know, like what they prefer in foods is that it has to be sweet or very salty. So like basically that's why tteokbokki is such a big hit in Peru, is because sweet and spicy and salty. So I feel like any dish in a Korean restaurant in Peru serves it salty and sweet. That's why I don't really go to
them.
Yeah.
Well, but it also kind of makes sense that it would be so big in Peru, like this Korean food, because Peru is known to be like a mecca of food, right? Because their food is really famous. They say it's like one of the best foods you can try in all the world. The ceviches. What else? You like lomo salteado, probably.
Have you seen any fusions of Peruvian food with Korean food?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. I feel like maybe after 10 years, but nothing like no Peruvian dish and half Korean, nothing like that.
You can make it in less than 10 years, man. Think about it.
No, but I'm too busy doing what I'm doing. Making a restaurant, I feel like it's gonna be way too much work.
So we can see that this Korean wave that you said really impacted Peru. But before that, when you walk down the streets, you didn't get like called Chino, none of that?
Yeah, of course. Before, maybe to when I feel like there was a difference between my high school life and now that I'm back here. Because in my high school life, any taxi that I got on, they would be like, "Oh, so are you Chinese or Japanese?" I'm not even gonna talk. I'm not gonna answer. So I'm gonna say I'm Chinese. So I'm Chinese. And so, but then they will believe it, and then it's worse if they keep on asking me about China. Oh no, I'm from Beijing. And then that's it.
And then the next day, another driver asks you to say you're from Shanghai.
Yeah, like it doesn't. Oh yeah, like oh I'm from Japan. But the problem about that is that there are many Peruvian Japanese people in Peru.
True.
And then they just like start throwing like Japanese questions, and I wouldn't know how to answer. So
Yeah, that Japanese thing is very political there because Fujimori, right?
yeah.
And his daughter too, and all of that, but that's for another episode. No politics today. Interesting. I'm surprised like he talked about the Korean wave. I think I completely forgot about that. Makes sense though.
So I'm curious if you had any Korean friends in Peru, or you mainly hanged out with like the foreigners.
No. And back in high school, we used to have, well, in any country there's a Korean community, and like in Korean community divided into what is the Catholic Church and what is the Protestant Church. So like Christians and Catholics, you know, and people basically go. I feel like it's a strategy to meet people and like to have new business opportunities. To be honest, I'm not saying it's good or bad, but that just happens, right? And so I used to go to, well, I still go to, if I go back to Peru, the Catholic Church, and we used to be at least 15 kids around our age, so we used to hang out and stuff, and then basically most of them came back to Korea, well, as I did, but then they stayed here, then I went back because of our business, so, but, yeah, so I did have friends, like Peruvian friends, and then my friends in my school, it wasn't that big. It was like 120 students in the whole school, like 12 kids per grade, you know? And so, but then I had those friends, and yeah, I hardly ever had Peruvian friends.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the international school system is so expensive. Like I feel like Peruvians can't afford it, but there was one friend that is Peruvian, like 100% Peruvian, but all of his education was like English and stuff. So I actually met him like I think last year, so, and I met him in 2nd grade. So that's a long friendship, no?
Yeah, very long. Interesting. Thank you for sharing your life from Peru, man. I think we should go on to the important parts now, you know, as an overseas Korean in Korea. Because you were not born in Peru, but you could say that you lived there all your life.
Yeah.
Until university life in Korea, right?
Yeah.
So what was the reason you came to Korea for university?
Well, to be honest, the most important reason was because first, my school wasn't really registered as a school in Peru. So that means either I can only go to the States or I can only go to Korea. But then the States is too expensive. They hardly ever give scholarships to foreigners. So my only alternative was to come to Korea. But at the same time, since I'm the youngest in the family, my brother and sister were already studying in Korea. So it was more than logical. It was safe for me to move to Korea. And I did live with my sister for my academic years, so.
Yeah, it seems to be very similar for many Koreans that live overseas, right? Either the States is too expensive, because you said it is really expensive to give scholarships easily, or you follow the footsteps of your older siblings. Yeah, because we did that too, right?
And I mean, we have the 12-year advantage.
True. The 12-year advantage
Yeah,
also
so
is cool.
it's not saying it's easier, but we have a slightly higher chance.
It's easier.
Hey, no, but
We still had some competition before.
what we're trying to say is it's easier, but people look at us like we didn't do shit and made it.
Well,
They probably still look at our grades. You know how hard I studied in 12th grade?
but yeah, like but I do understand 100% when Koreans say that you had it easy to come to.
No, yeah, us too.
But I feel like that just comes out of jealousy, but it's okay. Yeah,
Yeah, but like we stated in a podcast in a previous episode, that we have a lot of respect to the Koreans that take the Sunung and actually
yeah.
make it to university because that exam is not easy.
Mm.
So I think we got very lucky that we don't have to take that exam though. That's for sure.
Okay, wait. So what was the question?
Oh.
What was the question?
It was about why you came to
why
Korea.
I came to basically, that's the main reason. But then, are you gonna ask another question, or do you?
I mean, you can keep on going, but we have a lot of questions.
Okay.
We're curious.
But in university I studied, same major as you guys, but it's like Spanish literature, and then it's language and literature, and then it's what did I study? Some kind of like emerging market of
Latin
America. Anyways, those were my two majors. But I feel like, did I learn anything since I already spoke Spanish? I feel like yes and no, but then I feel like university, entering university, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna learn anything because my major is gonna be Spanish, but at the same time, I just focused on being way more social, because if you think about it, it was my only years before I'm actually an adult. Like once I graduate university, that means we're already are adults. Like once you reach 20, but so I was like, you know what, I gotta enjoy my time as being a student, So it paid off. I feel like I have people to see when I come to Korea during my business trip or something.
Yeah, because you met a lot of people while you were here recently, right?
Yeah, mainly university people.
Yeah. I mean, I would feel like it would only be university people because you came to Korean university, right? You don't have high school friends in Korea that you know or none of that, right?
I do have my Korean Peruvian friends, but
Oh,
I feel like we
took different paths.
Yeah, with time it's kind of hard to they're busy, I'm busy, so it's hard to match that schedule,
So, when you came to Korea as an overseas Korean, were there any hardships in the beginning? Maybe your Korean was not as fluent as it is now, or maybe it was hard to make Korean friends, couldn't relate, or any of that?
It was definitely challenging to be super fluent in Korean because I've never learned Korean in my 17 years being in Peru. Well, my parents are Korean, which has helped me to develop a non-foreigner accent of Korean. But during my first years, there's what you call? What's obligatory in English?
Obligatory?
No, but not obligatory.
Mandatory?
Mandatory. There's a mandatory course. There's a required course. Let's say required course called 사고와 표현. I don't know. Was it 글쓰기 for you? 글쓰기? 사고와 표현.
Probably.
사표?
I think changed to 자정진.
But that class, it was just basically reading, and then reading and writing, writing essays, and that was, I was so lost in that class. But you have to take 2 semesters. So, but luckily, I did have a girlfriend during that time, and basically I would help her out in Spanish, and she would help me with that course. So, and plus the subject was relative grading. So basically, you would expect that I would get 2 C pluses, first semester, second semester. But I think the second semester I got a B plus. I was like, I'm impressed.
Wait, so your girlfriend, she was Korean, right?
Yeah, it's my ex, but yeah.
Oh yeah, your ex-girlfriend. That's good. You guys helping each other out.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of difficult for you in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
How about making friends though? 'Cause, I mean, hearing you saying that you had a girlfriend back then, I guess it seemed kind of easy for you to make some friends here in Korea.
Yeah. I feel like it's not only like socially, but in anything, if you are really what you call it? 간절하다.
간절하다. Someone translate that shit right now. 간절하다.
간절하면 like basically if you're in need of something, you'll get it eventually. Like it depends. Like basically going like job hunting also. Like people that need that job are gonna get it. But if your family like has a lot of money and you don't feel the pressure to get a job, then it's probably the chances are that you'll probably not get it immediately. So same as that, like when I first entered university, I had basically a blank page of friends, zero. So then I really tried hard to make friends inside our same department, like our major. And so yeah, I drank like at least 360 days of my year, and so, but it was okay. Actually, more than the problem was that with my ex, I feel like if I were to change something, like my attitude would be like I was too focused on my friends rather than my girlfriend. So I don't regret it, but I guess that just shows how much I tried to fit in, you know? Yeah. I was really focused in fitting in, which paid off, but I don't regret it. But yeah. But then there are cases, well, it's not only me, there are cases where other overseas Koreans really try to fit in, but they really just can't. And for those, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like you can, like, it's good to try, but then don't try too hard. Like, you can see when someone's too intense, you know? So, and for me, like, what was good, if anyone watched this video, it's just like, what helped me a lot was just drinking. Like, actually, I'm drinking right now, alcohol, but it's good to talk to friends or people when you drink, because, well, for me, I don't lie. Like, I don't like to lie either. But when you start drinking, like, the conversation gets deeper, and it's you can get good quality conversations from drinking, which was what I learned during my university life here. But anyways, I feel like anyone in Korea, let's say there's a person that wants to live in Korea or they got a job in Korea, if you like to drink, that's a very big plus. As long as you don't
cause an accident.
Yeah, as long as you don't as long as you're not crazy when you drink, I feel like you're okay.
For you mentioned the Koreans that couldn't really fit in with the overseas Koreans that couldn't fit in with the Koreans. Do you think there was like a cultural difference they felt, or a lack of motivation? What do you think?
I feel like at least 50% would not fit in because they don't like to drink.
I see.
But then again, during this Korean drinking culture, our university, well, back then at least, like when I first in 2016, it was like you have to make friends through drinking. I don't know if that changed. I don't know if that's changing now, but it used to be like that. And well, for me, it was good for me because I like to drink. But then people that don't, they get kind of excluded. But what I did like about my friends that I actually made was that they could see the effort I was putting into the friendship. For example, like whenever we drink, I'll be like, I know, like even with the friendship code, 코드가 맞다? Like friendship code, it would be kind of different. Like I could see that they're from a different culture, like Korean, and mine was Korean Peruvian. But then I would say, sorry if there was a misunderstanding. Like whatever I did is not I didn't do it on purpose, And so, just having those talks, I feel like the friendship, grew. And
But you said alcohol is a big part, right?
Mm.
What would you recommend for someone that cannot drink alcohol?
Someone that cannot drink alcohol in Korea.
It's kind of tough though because
Mm.
drinking culture is so massive here, right?
Mm.
Just like our previous episode we've talked about, but
Besides that, I feel like
the alcohol feeling, bro.
Well, I burped, but anyways, I feel like it's not only in Korea, like in any other country, if you want to fit in, you always have to have something to offer. Like even in or business or friendships or gaming or something, you always have to have something to offer. For foreigners that come to Korea, what you can offer is English or whatever language you have. Like, and then there are many programs of exchange of languages, So you can always be a part of that, and then they teach Korean, you teach them English, and then you go out, you talk, I don't know, have a drink. If you don't drink, they just have lunch and then say bye. But then there's a lot of sightseeing in Korea too, so you don't really always have to drink. But yeah, I feel like it's really important. If you really, that's why having like low self-esteem is not only in Korea or like anywhere else. If you feel like you don't have anything to offer, then people automatically don't want to talk with you. You always need that kind of I can offer you this. I'll teach me Korean. I'll teach you English, and then that's when like the friendship starts growing.
But I kind of agree with you with if a person really wants to fit in with the group, they have to be motivated. Because I've also seen people that do not drink, but they attend the places and they just like being there, like the atmosphere. They don't have to necessarily drink to have fun. There are those kinds of people. Right?
Yeah, there are those kinds of people, but I feel like the trend nowadays is changing. Oh, you can stay here. You don't have to drink, but you're still part of us. But before it used to be, if you don't drink, you're not a part of us. So don't talk to me.
Damn.
And so, but yeah, it's kind of. But then I do understand that, like, it's not bad, but yeah, it's definitely not good either. But like, it's basically if we're gonna get fucked up while drinking, then we all gonna get fucked up. Like, it's not. You can't just be there and just watch. And then and then you wake up the next day and there's like so many videos and photos of you being piss drunk, and it's that person that took it, like the person that didn't drink. So
I feel like this is kind of off topic, but you know how you said if you're not gonna get fucked up with us, you're not with us. In the States, there's always like that designated driver. Maybe that's why there's always just one person that doesn't drink. But in Korea, the system is so well done that you don't need a designated driver. So if you're not drinking with us, you're not part of us. No, not that we're pressuring you to say that, because we don't pressure anyone to drink. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, because when we used to drink with our higher ups, our superiors, our zombies, they were like, drink this. But nowadays they've kind of chilled out though.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Sorry, man. I mean, like burping.
That's good.
It's a good ramen quote.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. That was good tips, for anyone that's wanting to come to Korea and make friends. You don't have to drink, please. Don't force yourself. But if you can, please do, right?
If you can, please do.
If you can, get fucked up with us so you can be part of us. But is there any big cultural difference that shocked you from Peru and Korea?
Big cultural difference.
Well, not just cultural difference, just even technology.
Right.
Sending the money into another person's bank account.
I think it's
Online
transfer?
Online transaction.
Online transaction, online money transfer.
I had to, like, when I came to Korea, that was pretty. I can send money through my cell phone, and that was pretty. yeah, pretty. I was surprised, but then I left Peru not knowing that Korea had that. But then once I went back to Peru, Peru also had that. So I'm like, oh, Peru avance, you know, like, por fin.
Por fin.
So yeah, that was one. But shocking. I guess like the most shock I've had being. Are we still talking about like cultural differences or anything?
Yeah.
The most shocking, my identity crisis grew when I was in the military. Because, well, not only during university, but university I was just too busy drinking. But then, once you're in the military, you can't drink, and you just think a lot, and then that's when it hit. You know, like I'm a Korean that lived in Peru, but doesn't know Peruvian history or nothing. Like I learned English, that knows U.S. history, that doesn't know Korean history, graduates, comes to Korea, is learning Spanish, yeah, likes to drink, and then now I'm in the military. And like, of course, like, that I think any Korean, Peruvian, or any overseas Korean always has that episode of that identity crisis. But in the end, it's just like, to be honest, how I coped was just, you know what, this is who I am. I'm a person with no identity, you know, like, you have to deal with that, and that's the only way to go, I feel like. But you also have to, well, I tried to make an effort to have that identity of a Korean. Like, I feel like when someone asks you, like, oh, where are you from?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that.
Like, I want to say that I'm Korean, but then I don't want to be someone that says I'm a Korean that can't speak Korean. Like that is one of the major reasons why I would, that's why I socialized more with Koreans in my university, because I have not been in an environment where I would listen to so much Korean in like in a bar setting, you know. So yeah, it's not bad to. I know there are a lot of people that are Korean and can't speak too much Korean, but for me that was one of like my challenges that I wanted to reach, because every time nowadays, like whenever I meet someone, whatever, like I came as a buyer from Peru to that convention, whatever's that meeting, they'd say, oh, you're from Peru, so like, oh, were you born there? I'm like, oh no, but I lived like basically all my life. But then we were speaking Korean, and they would get surprised that my Korean is so good. So then I was like, oh, at least, you know, that paid off, you know. So
Talking about the identity crisis, something similar with it. It just rolled off my tongue, I forgot. It's good though. No, it was something really good. Why did I forget? Jesus.
So right now you've completely identified. Do you completely identify as Korean?
I would like to say that I am Korean, even though, of course, like there are some limits. Like if you throw a fucking like history question to my face, I don't know how to answer that. Like, like, yeah.
But I'm gonna assume as later when you get married, you would want your kids to learn Korean and kind of. Like, would you want them to experience living overseas, or would you like to have them like raising them?
I would want. It doesn't matter if it's overseas or Korea. I'd much rather. I feel like I would raise them the way I was raised, me in international school, with Korean education on the side.
I see.
Like, I would not want my kid to not be able to speak Korean, which is why I feel like the only way to reach that is to have a Korean wife, because it's not like, of course, nowadays, like both men and female, like male and female can be in charge of the baby, but from what I've seen in Peru, the mom, like what the mom does, I think is more important to the baby, and like more what the babies look after more what the mom does. And so whatever language the mom speaks, they're gonna learn. But if I were to marry a Peruvian or an American, like my baby will not learn Korean. It might be different if I was like a stay-at-home dad that would always like speak Korean to him. But I feel like still then the education of the mother is really important to the kid. So, why am I speaking about
So it's okay. No, it's insightful.
Yeah.
It's insightful. Okay, then we could change the topic a little bit. What is something that Peru does better than Korea?
That's a very good question. Peru does better than Korea? 없는 것 같은데. Like, what might there be? Like, if anything, I'm not trying to diss Peru, but if anything, Korea does better in everything. But then, what if there is something that saves Peru? It's not that Peru does it better. It's just Peru does it differently. But I feel like in 99% of aspects, Korea does it better, which is not bad because, like, GDP wise, like Peru is a developing country. So unfortunately,
Pero está avanzando.
está avanzando poco a poco, pero está avanzando.
I remember the question. It's about you and you coming to Korea and becoming friends with Koreans. There was this saying between all of us, Yoon Seob in the beginning only hanged out with Koreans and not overseas Koreans. Was there a reason?
Because I did not want to become an overseas Korean. Like, I wanted to become that Korean that you can talk to. I want to become a Korean like any other Korean, but then I would have the plus of being able to speak Spanish and English.
So a Korean that can speak two other languages. Were you embarrassed to be like the overseas Koreans?
Not embarrassed. No, actually, if anything, I would have my time with those overseas Koreans because the vibe is different. Like when you're drinking, like it's like English, Spanish, Korean, like they mix everything. So, which is not bad. But I did invest more of my time with Koreans because, I felt like like I saw it as whenever I would go to a bar. Let's keep it like this. If I were to hang out with overseas Koreans, like for 6 years, 7 years, the whole time, the amount of time I spent with Koreans all to overseas, I feel like I wouldn't be able to speak Korean the way I speak Korean now. No? So that is mainly the reason. Like I did not want to become an overseas Korean. I just wanted to become Korean. And I guess, and going to the military did help me not to put more Korean in my head rather than English or Spanish. It's not because I didn't like them, because I did have friends here. It's just my form of thinking and leaning more to Korean, the Korean environment. I did hear from my friends that they're really 섭섭하다. They're really kind of like sad or disappointed towards the fact that I did not invest more time on them. But it was not about that. It's more about what. It's like it's unfortunate that they were my overseas Korean friends. I feel like if they were a Korean, I would still meet them. But but I mean, you can't change that anymore. So right now, I do have, like, I could say we could meet, but it's not the same as before because of that choice that I made. But shit happens. So
Shit happens.
It's not really shit. It just happens.
It happens.
It happens.
But as time went by, and then like we went to the university, maybe at that point you felt like you were more Korean, and that's why you also hanged out more often with us, or why did you start hanging out with overseas Korean more often later on in your university life?
I feel like, well, first since I entered 16학번, since I entered 2016, 2017, there's this for everyone to know. There's this like Korean Venezuelan
Special guest next
special
time.
guest next time. But like he came, and so I tried to reach out to him because I could feel like he was struggling the same way I was struggling. And so with him, I would drink with him like a lot also, like maybe 2 to 3 times a week, but like a lot. So
Damn.
like I would drink with him, and I would try to maybe, well, looking back at it now, it's just like 2 little kids talking about like how you're supposed to make friends and stuff. But like but yeah, I guess maybe it helped him, maybe it didn't, but I did try to give him advice on how to deal with university life, you know. But then after that, then I went to the military, came back, and then I realized there are more overseas Koreans that entered the major, or it's called our major, right?
Yeah, major.
And then so yeah, I mean, it was more of like I don't know. Since I started with him, which is like, you know what, let's meet at least once every, well, how much was it? 6 months, at least once every 6 months. That we would drink
All together.
you know.
Yeah. All right.
But so then I would just try to, you know, open up, cause I did know. Maybe it was because I kind of fucked it up with my overseas Korean friends. Maybe that's the reason why.
Oh, maybe.
But like that, yeah, maybe that's the reason why. Now that I think about it, but it's good. It's a different environment. Obviously, it's Korean, English, Spanish. We all speak that, and it's something you can't get in Korea. Having that type of people, different cultures, and just free talking, you know.
Interesting. And that's how we met you too. It's like a connection every year. Because after you told Ichin Achilles, he came with Rul, and then you them to Jaekyeom, and Jaekyeom to me, and us to them, and then they fucked it up. It ended there. I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
Kevin. And then you know what, Yigong Seon, but then sorry, I'm not supposed to say names.
No, you can. It doesn't matter.
And then Il, I really don't know. From 2021, I really don't know.
No one knows.
Yeah, but we're in 2024, right? Oh.
But I heard a lot of them just don't want to be known as overseas Korean. Yeah.
Recognized?
Yeah. They don't want to be recognized as overseas. Right?
Yeah.
Some of them.
Oh.
So they act completely Korean.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's kind of BS though.
Yeah, I feel like you should still have kind of your roots, you know? Bring back your roots. Don't.
Like, it's good to always...
No, nothing to be embarrassed about. And like you said, something like you said, when you're overseas Korean, maybe people look down at you, but if you prove to them that you can speak Korean like this amazingly, or you do something that others can learn, that's much more respect for yourself. Anyways, I think we've kind of delved too deep into that. We can change it up a little bit again.
Okay.
This one's fun. It might be helpful for anyone that's wanting to start a relationship in Korea. How is dating life in Korea compared to Peruvian, maybe, or just dating life in Korea in general?
Dating life in Korea in general. To be honest, like I feel like I do not have like the experience, because I have never dated anyone past 8 months. Like all my relationships ended 8 months, we're done. I don't know why. I think I've had 3 that happened like that.
And the other one's less?
And the other one's less. So I feel like I can't give my point of view, and I can't say this is the way you should do it, because I don't have like, I'm actually amazed at people that date like 2 to 3 years. I'm like, wow. Like,
I mean, what do you think was the biggest problem?
I think my biggest problem was that I put more importance to my friends.
Always?
Always. Always.
Would you still do that?
Now that I'm like 28, Korean age, I feel like I would put more importance, a little more importance to whoever is my girlfriend, right? But at the same time, I feel like my personality is like, if I'm drink with my friends, if I'm with my friends, and like I don't want to get bothered by my girlfriend. Like, yeah, like if she were to call, I wouldn't answer that.
Bro, what an asshole. Bro, there's a reason you only last 8 months.
Like, yeah, I don't know why.
No, but it's like, I guess I understand what you're saying, because you're with your friends right now, you know? You want to spend time with them. And of course, maybe your girlfriend might get worried or jealous, but in some ways, what you're saying makes sense. Yeah. But this is not a problem of like whether you're overseas Korean or not.
It
was your own personal problem.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was my own personal problem.
How did you... Wait, all your girlfriends were Korean? Like Korean?
In Korea, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
But I only dated like 2 girls, I think.
Oh, in Korea?
Yeah. And the rest was like, or in high school or before university. So.
How did you approach these ex-girlfriends?
Oh, what the problem about me is that if I were to be interested in a girl and I decided to teshi her, like to approach her, 90% of the times I would fail. Like, I've not had a case where I would, maybe once, that I was super interested and I said, oh, like, it's you, but then it all goes to shit if I try. But then the girlfriends I've had was that they would show interest in me, and I would process that. Like, does this mean she likes me? Like
any other man would.
Yeah, like, and so the most memorable thing would be like that had happened was if she is really timid or shy, but then she decides to approach you with like a cup of coffee, then I was like, okay, then maybe she's interested in me, you know?
Oh, I'm in.
Maybe. Because you would not expect that from a shy girl, you know? But, yeah, for me, I've never really approached a girl that way. But luckily enough, I could say, at least I'm kind of attractive to women, you know? That they would show interest in me. Well, right now, like, yeah, but maybe, I mean, I don't think I'm like fucking like good looking or anything, you know. But I guess maybe it's personality. Maybe girls watch more what is personality and stuff. But
yeah, because your personality is actually very outgoing. Actually, I think that's a very big plus, and your confidence too. You're not really shy. Why are you laughing?
The confidence part, like,
why?
It's good, but sometimes too much confidence is bad. So
it makes sense. No, but I feel like your levels of confidence are pretty good. You don't overdo it, and you shoot your shot. You take your shots. You know, shoot your shots.
No, but talking about relationships, since most of your ex-girlfriends like made the first move on you. Like, in a relationship, would you rather like that person more, or would you like that person to like you more?
No, I would would like that person more, or you would like that person to like you more? Me more? 이게 다 같은 건가? Well, I do know that if I like someone, with the time that we've dated, I'm the type that likes them more. I don't know if that's the same question that you asked, but I guess I feel like it's always good to have a balance. Like, it's not like I wish she likes me more. Of course, in every relationship, the person that likes the other person more, that person is like the inferior, because like in the sense of that, if I like this girl this much and she likes me this much, and I'm gonna try way harder to save that relationship, which makes her up. Yeah. But I always try. I guess like I always try to be up. Yeah, which is maybe why I only dated 8 months. but But let's say I do know this girl likes me more than I like her, then I would kind of like, I would mess around, kind of like saying, like joke around at the fact that she likes me more, kind of thing.
Maybe that makes them like you even more.
I don't know.
No, all right.
Who knows? But.
And about Korea and Peru, other than relationships, what aspects of Korea do you take for granted after you move to Peru?
24 hours of convenience stores. 24-hour convenience stores.
Why?
Because I can buy in Korea. I can buy alcohol.
Yeah.
But in Peru I can't. Past 11, you can't buy alcohol.
Everything's closed?
Mm.
Wow.
Like it's not like it's closed. You can't buy alcohol past 11, which which sucks ass.
It's
bro.
a law?
Yeah, it's a law.
Who made that? Fujimori?
I don't know. What else? Just the fact that I can't. I always need to put my phone somewhere, pocket or something. Because if you put it on a table, then people will rob it. So
That tells you how safe Korea is, guys.
Yeah.
the cleanness of taxis here. But Peru, man, it's sorry to say, the seats are kind of like very, very dirty. Like and you would never see, you know how, I guess you guys can relate, like the taxis when you get on, you have to roll.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the shit to like keep the window up and down, but yeah. I feel like it's kind of, it's not sad. I guess it's like the sad reality that the S level technology, all of that goes to developed countries, and then what is called in Korean like the 보급형, like what is secondary or third, it all goes to developing countries. So I feel like I have not seen a Peruvian that, maybe, like if you have an iPhone 14 Pro or iPhone 15, like you ship money. Like that's the standard. And I feel like 갤럭시가 Galaxy A is a 보급형.
Yeah.
But like even if you have that, like you're pretty well off. But then if you, I guess the lowest level of cell phone you can have is like a Chinese, like cheap Chinese smartphone. You know? But then I feel like I don't know why I'm saying this, but I don't know why we're talking about cell phones, and technology. But looking at the model of phone you have, I feel like that kind of determines your economic state, you know? 왜 이러니까 웃지?
No, it's fine.
Just going with the flow.
And talking about like seeing in Peru, you see the people's phone they have, and you can basically kind of see their flow, right? And in Korea, I feel like I wanted to compare it to Korea. In Korea, you see many people with like sports cars, BMW, all these.
True.
But the thing about Korea is you can't really determine what their economic income is, right? Because they just buy expensive cars to show off, but they live in one-room apartments. So I feel like that's a big difference too, right? Because in Peru, no one's gonna be like, or any developing country, no one's gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna save up $300 every month so I can buy this phone and live in this one-room apartment, right?
Although I did have a worker that decided to buy the Galaxy S24, I think it's the last. I was like, man, you like he's basically one of my workers. I'm like, you are so stupid. Why are you buying this phone? First, like from what I know, he lives in like a house that you don't know. It's my assumption, but I'm pretty sure that like there are times where hot water, and like he doesn't have hot water. Like he lives in those conditions, not even in the center of Lima in Peru, like way south. And I was like, man, to be honest, you living in that neighborhood with this phone, you're gonna get robbed in about a week. But it turns out that he got robbed.
Oh, so he bought it and he got robbed?
Oh,
He bought it and he got robbed.
No way,
And
man.
then, and I was like, I felt bad for saying it because it really happened, but it happened.
No, but it makes sense.
You can't have, like, if you're gonna live in those areas, like, you gotta have like shit phones. Like, you have to, because they're gonna rob you, like, one day or another. But if you're in like in the center of Lima, then it's more safe. But, so what was the question?
Oh, you already answered it.
Oh, okay.
We're just going with the flow. Like you said.
Should we talk about his business in Peru?
Yeah. We wanted to go on to why you moved back to Peru and.
I feel like it was half and half. I wanted to I wanted to help out my parents because I'm the youngest of my family, and I feel like relatively with the people of my age, my parents are older, so I want to help out 50%. And I did want to, my goal in life, it's not like I want to shit money, but I do want to be economically stable. Like, my goal would be not like going back and forth to Korea, from Peru to Korea, like that money, like $2,500, that is not such a big cost for me, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
basically, the way that we buy coffee these days, it's like 2,000원. It's like I can buy coffee every day without even thinking, I'm spending too much money. Like that same mentality, but with like business trips, or going back and forth in airplanes, being able to afford like a first class seat for my parents or for my grandma. That's the goal. But yeah, so money and helping out my family, those are the two main reasons. I think it's growing. This business trip that I've had in Korea, I met several people of other countries, like Netherlands, Ireland, Australia, and like they have way more demand of Korean products than we do. So I was like super impressed at the number of containers they import per month. Like, the amount that they told me per month was, I was like, we don't even import that amount for the whole year. Like, like they import way more. So it was like, 좀 약간 열심히 해야겠다는 mind, But I feel like Peru is a good place. It has 30. How much is that? 3,000,000. Is that 30 million? Yeah, 35 million people. Less than Korea, but still a significant amount. So, yeah. The goal is to be number 1 in Peru.
Amazing.
We started off with like 농심 라면, like
신라면?
ramen, 신라면, like 농심, and the snacks, 뭐 감자깡, 뭐 새우깡. And then now, like, it's like 롯데, 소주, 삼양, like 불닭볶음면, 알로에, what else? CJ도 이제 we were starting with CJ.
Amazing. Oh, from this business trip.
CJ 제주당. No, from last year's business trip. But this business trip, we did do a meeting about what products they have. So yeah, I hope. Yeah, I did hear like why, like, we have so many products, like at least 500 different types of products, but then it's really hard to manage all that. I feel like, what if we only did one, for example, 농심? What if we only did that, but then make big bucks out of that? Like, just focus on this mark, esta marca, and then just like expand it, But It's true. It's too late to trim back because we're doing like 6, 7 companies. So
But in the long run, that could also be beneficial, you know?
yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
I believe there's like a popular product, and some of the products don't really get much sold as much.
그렇지. Yeah. So yeah, basically like our goal, if we have 500, I'd say reduce it to 300, but then just distribute the products that are going to sell. You know,
What are the most popular products?
our number one product is 신라면,
And then?
and then 안성.
Oh, so it's all ramen. All ramen.
Part of it is because we started with 농심 in 2007, so that's like way more known than other products.
2007?
Uh,
Holy
It's
shit.
been a long time.
Bro, 3 more years and it's your 20th anniversary. You guys gonna have like an event?
I don't know. We should, but I don't know.
What's your least selling product then?
Least selling? There's a lot of least sellers.
Oh yeah? Just throw one.
Maybe like 예를 들어 like 바다 coconut from Lotte. 바다 coconut.
The coconut cracker thing?
Uh,
Yeah, that shit's mid as fuck.
It's even mid here.
Yeah, it's mid here.
Like-
You can't
like
expect it to sell.
Lotte 샌드. Lotte 샌드 no.
That's mid?
That's like super low. It's because I mean, audio all the way, bro. People, Peruvians are gonna buy audio. They're not gonna buy some Korean audio or whatever.
Choreo. I couldn't stop myself. Awesome, but you think your major in Korea while you're studying here in Korea, Spanish major, has there been any benefit from studying that for when you went back to Peru?
It's good to see what Koreans or what the curriculum in Korea teaches about Latin America. So, like it was fun to see how underdeveloped Peru or Latin America is on paper. Like I've never had a class that says, these countries are countries that the GDP is super low and the consequences that comes from it. I've never seen it on the screen or on paper. So it was interesting. And yeah, like I feel like Korea one of the classes that impacted me was that they do say the result of growth in Korean companies comes from hierarchy, but in Latin America it's all horizontal distribution, or it's Korea's vertical distribution, but Latin America is horizontal, which I do not like. Like my 20 workers that I have in Peru, like, of course they're all workers, but like we have our administrator that is basically my mom's age, but me and him were like, he has a son my age, so I'm basically he you could say that he could be my dad kind of thing, you know. But then he worked with us almost 20 years, and so with him we have a very good relationship. But then some other worker that's like 18 years old that works in what is like delivery, the dispatch, and like packaging, etc. If he were to call him by name, which his name is like Manuel, like I would hate that. Like I cannot stand a kid calling a person with age by their name. Like at least you have to say señor, like señor Manuel. But I feel like he doesn't care that much, but I care. Like I don't know why, but Manuel doesn't care that much. But there are Peruvians that say, yeah, of course, if someone with age, you have to call him señor or señora, you know. But there are other Peruvians that just call him by name, and I'm like, oh, I fucking hate that though. Like I can't stand someone so young calling someone older just by their name. Well, but then again, I do call him by his name because I have to, because he's under me. Like I'm not gonna call him señor because that's a sign of respect, you know. But then again, he doesn't call me señor either because I'm younger and, but he does know that I'm his superior, of course.
Do you think this 18-year-old calling Manuel just Manuel instead of saying Señor Manuel, that pissing you off? Do you think Korea had a little bit of influence with you on that?
Yeah, of course it did. I feel like it did, but even if it didn't,
Yeah, of course.
even if I wouldn't have come to Korea, I feel like it would still bother me, because in Latin America there's like tuteo and there's ustedeo. Like you could either call, but is it tu or usted in
Usted.
Usted? What is ustedeo?
no, o sea, tú puedes hablar diciendo tú o puedes hablar diciendo usted.
Ah, sí, sí.
But in Peru they use both. But tú es como decir amigo.
Amigos.
Usted siempre con respeto. So what I would say, if it's someone I don't know, I would always refer to them as usted.
Right.
But why am I talking about this? So basically, yeah, that's why I would, since I was taught that, then I would always refer to someone new as usted. And I don't feel like it has to do a lot with Korea. It's just everything in Peru.
It's just how you were brought up. Yeah.
As-
But, go ahead.
More about your business.
Does not like you. Like, for whatever reason, there were many times, like, if this person always comes up with like, let's say, always complaining, doesn't do the job well, always asking for this and that, then that person knows when I'm getting kind of stressed, and like I don't even talk to them. Like, if you know your boss doesn't talk to you, then you know that he doesn't like you, and then eventually they are gonna leave the company. Eventually, yeah. Like, if I fire someone, I have to pay them a certain amount because it's arbitrary, like despedida. Like,
I see.
but if they decide to leave, then
No compensation.
no compensation. So, yeah, I don't lay off, but we did kind of lay off someone by, it was funny because it was me, my dad, and my mom. We have to get rid of this person, but we have to find the way how. So we just said, hey, from now on you're in charge of this. And he was like, oh, I cannot do that. So I was like, okay. So he decided to leave.
Well, kind of smart.
Yeah, but yeah, because there's always ways. Like, you can say, you know what, I want to get rid of this person. I'm going to give him a whole new job, a whole new responsibility that person doesn't like, and then they are going to leave. So, but yeah, there's always strategies.
Yeah. Nice. Basically got a whole history lesson from when you started, when you were born in Korea, moved to Peru when you were a baby, lived there all your life, came back to Korea, went to military, and went back to Peru.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing with us. It was really interesting. There's some things I didn't know.
Yeah,
or
very
even think
insightful
of.
stuff.
But before we finish, I want to ask you, what type of advice would you give, my bad, to a foreign or overseas Korean like us for when they first come to Korea, whether it's just to travel or even better to study or even work?
Type of advice. What type of advice? Well, it's better if you, as I said before, it's better if you like to drink. And what type of advice would I give those people? I feel like I do ask this to some foreigners if they feel targeted, as if Koreans kind of like judge, like like if they feel like they are being looked at badly by other Koreans
Because they're foreigners?
because they're foreigners. But I feel like in Korea that doesn't happen more from people that are older. But yeah, people that are older, to be honest, they're gonna pass away anyways.
Damn.
So don't feel like that's such a problem. It's just how people look at you.
Why? Because they're gonna
So-
die soon?
No, I mean, well, no, like but it's the truth. Like
No, it's
the
true.
whole like younger people, like always the younger people are gonna change the future of a country. So, but I feel like the judgmental mindset of foreigners, to be honest, is way more in people that have age. But once they pass away, I feel like that's not gonna be a problem. Not such a big problem. You know? So
Like the change of generation, you're saying?
yeah, it's change of generation. Like for example, it's just something funny. Like to my grandma, if I were to talk about sex with my grandma, she would like almost kind of flip out. Like I would say like, oh, today I'm gonna sleep with this girl in the hotel, and then my grandma was like, the fuck are you talking about?
Not just your grandma, bro. Your parents too, probably.
No, my parents we joke about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
Something funny. Some fun fact is that I just talk about those stuff freely with my parents. Some of my friends find that super shocking. Like, I feel like one of my friends was in a conversation with me and my dad, and my dad was like, "Oh, if you wear a condom, it's kind of boring, isn't it? Because you don't feel like the way." And my friend was in shock. He was like,
Bro.
"What?"
Because you don't usually hear those type of conversations
They
in
don't
Korean
talk with that with
houses.
their parents.
I'm like, yeah, and like the way my parents speak to each other, it's funny, but it's kind of hard to listen to. Like, for example, I would tell my mom when she's like super like angry or whatever, stressed. I would tell my dad, please go home and please have sex with my mom, because my mom is like out of this world annoying right now, kind of thing.
Damn.
But yeah, we joke. It's funny.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
Yeah.
Like, very comfortable for you guys.
But anyways, back to the topic.
The advice.
Advice. If you like to, I feel like drinking would help you a lot. Yeah, just don't, and always try to find networking things like a language exchange. Oh, and be careful about like what it's kind of like sidetracking, but there are religion, like crooked religion churches that will want to talk to foreigners to come to your church. But any religion based connection, like, it's better if you come as an atheist and just stay an atheist in Korea, because once you're into that group, it's really hard to come out from
Cults.
Cults. Oh, nice cults. It's not like I've ever been into one, but I have heard people talking about it. So, and those people have been inside and came out, and so yeah. And I know, and their targets are foreigners that don't have parents in Korea. Yeah, they will, and it's kind of scary because they will always, let's say I'm part of a cult and I know your parents are overseas. I would say, oh, let's go out, and then I would start talking to you. I would notice your hobbies, music, if you like to play games, whatever, concerts, and then I would say, I'm going to introduce you to my friend, who is Kevin, but before I introduce you guys, me and him have a whole chat of your likes and what it is you like and all that. so that Kevin would go and be like, "Hey, I have two concert tickets for this band that you like," and then
Damn.
you go, and then it's like that community becomes so important to you that it's hard for you to stop going to that church. And it's really, the strategy is good though. Like
Really good.
it's good, but
It's dangerous.
It's scary.
They basically prey on people who basically just freshly came here and don't have anyone to rely on, right? That's actually a really good tip. Very important.
Yeah.
so alcohol, networking, and be careful with those cults. I feel like not every, but I would say at least 30 or 40% of foreigners that I know have had that encounter. I don't know if they have been inside the cult, but have had that encounter.
Amazing. Thank you so much for coming and being our first guest. It was really insightful.
Yeah, thank you.
Really. And good luck with your future. You're gonna go to Peru very soon, right? I can't wait to see you back in Korea though. Maybe we'll have you again.
We can have a part 2.
Yeah,
Next year.
because there's so much to learn.
Yeah.
Make sure to come with more tips next time
All right. Cool.
for episode 2. But anyways, thank you guys so much. You wanna say goodbye? Shout out your socials.
Shout out my socials. Sure. Our Instagram page. I hope you guys upload.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna put it down there.
Don't worry.
Yeah, you guys. It's basically what we do in Peru. It's basically marketing the products that we have, and I guess you guys can put my Instagram.
Yeah. Cholito.
Cholito.co.
Cholito.co, and your other one's K Foods Peru.
Yeah, okay, for Peru.
All right, we'll make sure to put them in the description. Make sure to check it out.
Yeah, please. I hope this helped in your content.
No, yeah.
No, don't worry.
It's a lot of insightful stuff you
Yeah.
said.
Thank you so much for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed. We had a new setup, Hope you guys like it too. And thank you.
And if anything I said was offensive, sorry. It was just
Sorry in advance.
my point of view and how I see things.
It was
But
your
it's-
different cultural clashes.
But it's not that I want. It's not like I'm dissing. It's just like what I have seen and what I have
Right.
experienced.
Yeah, it's your own personal experience, which is why it's called Soulful Sessions.
Oh, so
Soulful Sessions. Thank you so much for listening. I can't wait to see you guys on the next episode of Soulful Sessions. It was Daniel.
Kevin?
and Yoon Seob.
Bye bye.
Hey guys, this is Social Battery Podcast. If you want to watch our last video, please click here. If you want to watch our whole playlist, click here. And remember to subscribe.